According to the FBI, burglary happens every 20.9 seconds. Your home, especially with everyone inside, is your most valuable asset. Here are some home security tips and tricks for you to try no matter which stage of the home buying process you are in. Number one, before you start to buy, you need to check out an area's crime rate. You can easily Google an area's crime rate or call the local police station to get a rundown on how safe an area is and find out any trends that may be currently going on. If the area has a high crime rate or there's anything suspicious in the area, this could be a really good indicator that you might want to reroute your home search to a different location. Registered sex offenders have to register themselves in the database so you can look up and see how close they live to your home and if that is a deal breaker or not. Being prepared at this stage is super crucial. As soon as you close on your home, I always recommend have every lock changed and reprogram the garage door openers. You may have bought the home from fabulous people and felt it's perfectly safe, but there could have been a friend from 3 years ago who once house sat and still has a key. It's always wise to have fresh locks that only you and whoever you choose to give them to have access to it. I'm all about doing things on a budget, but where home safety is concerned, I give the green light to splurge. Not only do you need to get quality door locks, but I also recommend having deadbolts and reinforcing latch plates and hinges with 3-inch screws. Deadbolts plus 3-inch screws are really hard and a heck of a lot more difficult to kick in, unless of course you have Batman trying to kick in your door. Many amateur thieves can easily open a locked door with a credit card. I have personally watched a YouTube video on this when I locked myself out of my own house and I was able to quickly figure it out. If you lock that deadbolt, that makes this not near as easy. My own parents didn't believe me. I kept breaking into their house with just a credit card anytime they would lock me out. They were amazed when they really saw me do it and realized how easy it was. So if I can figure it out, you know a professional burglar can really figure out how to jimmy that and get in. You also want to check the space between the door frame and the door and make sure there's no extra space there. I always recommend putting an extra piece of wood if there's even any little cracks that they can take advantage of. Next, you need to strategically stage the outside of your home. Having landscaping lights acts as a huge deterrent for burglars. Thieves like the darkness, and having all the lights on can make them not target a specific area. If you don't want to keep your lights on all night long, it is also helpful to have motion censored light. This can certainly stop a thief in their tracks. It also helps to have a beware of dog or security sign. I'm going to just tell you guys, several years ago, this was the really big thing and everybody had these home security signs and beware of dog signs, so now they don't really work as well, but it still can keep some people away. Several prisoners that were thieves actually reported that having a dog there was a major deterrent and they tried to avoid those homes. I actually do have a Doberman and I strategically make him sleep on the couch so that he's centrally located and I just know that he's protecting our home. He barks at the slightest noise, so I sleep better at night knowing that he is listening out. But I also put out my beware of dog sign outside just as an extra precaution because it could potentially stop the criminals before they even get to my house. So if they do see the sign but they're still brave enough to go up and jiggle the door handle, my dog's gonna go crazy and I'm confident they would leave. His bark may be tougher than his bite, but hey, any possible deterrent that you can do, that's going to help them steer clear and find a different place to go. Walk around the perimeter of your home and check for any large bushes or areas that would make it easy for someone to hide out. These offer thieves the perfect opportunity to stay hidden while being sneaky. Any areas that are overgrown, they need to be cleared out to prevent this. Also check, make sure all of your windows is locked. And you can even go as far as planting some thorny bushes under really low windows. This may actually come to help you out if you got teenagers trying to sneak out.
I would never sneak out of a house. Well, unless it's like a really big emergency. Gotta go.
For extra protection, you can always weigh the odds of having an alarm system versus a camera system, or maybe both. That would be a pretty good future video idea to debate about. So if this has been helpful, please go ahead and like it, get it bumped up in the YouTube algorithm, and let me know that this is interesting, and I'll make another video about it for you guys. You gotta know your neighbors. Make this a priority. Once you know your neighbors, their routines, the vehicles they drive, this will help you be able to spot anything that's abnormal. Our neighbors are amazing, and they are constantly keeping an eye out for us and anything abnormal. We let them know if we're going out of town so they know to keep an eye on our house, to look out for any suspicious activity. We also let them know if we've got a house sitter coming over so they know they are allowed here. But if they like you and you like them, you're naturally going to keep an eye out for each other and do your best to keep them safe. I mean, think about it. If you've got a random random person that is just over here, you're not near as concerned about their well-being as you are the people that you actually like. So make them like you. If you're that grouch, you're kind of out of luck, but try to put your best foot forward and make them like you so that they will go that extra mile to protect your stuff. Next, make your home appear occupied at all times. Install timers or smart bulbs for certain rooms in your home so they can be turned on even when you're away. If a burglar is scooping out your home, they will pick up if you have the same kitchen light on all week. I mean, come on, we're not going to keep the same exact light on. So mix it up. Turn on the one in the kitchen, then the one in the den the next night, and give it the illusion that someone is there. Also, those friends I was talking about, see if they can keep your door free of debris. One of the things criminals check for is a door that's covered with business cards or even one business cards, because it lets them know you have not been home to take that off. They also check for mail in the yard because that means you haven't collected it in a hot minute. Also, don't leave any notes on the door for the mailman or anybody that's coming over, because ding, 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 this is a really good indicator to the burglar that you're not there. That's why you're leaving a note for somebody. If you're going to be gone for an extended amount of time, it's great to have that friend or the neighbor come over, mow the grass if it's summer. For your northerners, maybe plow the snow or whatever y'all have going on there. But also, if it's going to be a really long time, move your car, because that's another thing. They see that this one car has been sitting in this exact same spot for weeks on end. So if you can get them just to even move it over a little bit, they can tell and it'll make them think that someone's there. You can also notify the alarm system that you're going to be out of town. That way, if anything gets triggered, they pick up that phone and they go straight to the police instead of wasting that time calling you, because you know it's not you. You know you're not there. They can call the police and get them over there immediately. Speaking of safety, check out this video about your local area. You won't believe their crime rate.